That's my go-to.
I don't want to kill my cat though because it's chocolate frosty.
That's true. Oh, you're eating it with French fries though?
Yeah, that's how
I'm
you're
judging.
supposed to do it.
I've
That's
done
literally
both.
the only
What do
way
you
to
mean
eat
you're
it.
judging?
No.
Hey guys, we're live.
That's not no.
I'm okay with this. All right.
Magic, you just
All
sat
right,
down. That was so
y'all.
fast.
Y'all, it's not even a hot take. Eat your frosties
No.
with French fries.
Eating a milkshake with French fries is not a great combo. It's just
Stop
not.
it.
It
Stop
just
it,
makes them more
Hyacinth.
soggy.
It is
though.
not the
Other than
sum
that,
of
it was
its
fine.
parts.
Let's
It
do
is
a
not.
poll in the chat if we're gonna do that. I realized
Poll in
I
chat,
did the
please.
Yes,
cold
please
open
make
and
a
then
poll.
cold open
Mod
you guys
poll,
with that
mod poll.
conversation and myself with not having my mic on. So you know, good
I'm
times.
also one bite away from finishing this, so I'm gonna shamelessly finish this.
All right. What's up, TPK? Welcome back to Queen's Gambit. This is a D&D. What do we call these? Actual play? Live play? I always ask the question and never remember the answer. We're doing it
Both
live.
of those are
Let's play?
correct.
Yeah.
Okay, no, Los Dos.
We're doing it live. I'm going to start doing that. This is a D&D
Doing
thing.
it
We're doing
live.
it live. I'm that Magic Juice, and I'm the DM / Shepherd for this campaign and Clouder. Let's go around the table real quick, introduce ourselves and our familiars if we want to, and your characters, of course, and then we will do a recap of our last session and get right into what's happening next. So, Hex, starting with you, please.
Alrighty. Hey, everybody. It's me, Sir Heckalot. Tonight, as per usual, I am playing Aster, the Shifter Circle Wildfire Druid. Moving on over to Nifernip.
I'm Nifernif. This is Marsh. This is my familiar. I'm playing Eliseo, the Asimar time wizard, who they also have a familiar named Puff, and Puff has not been seen in like 5 sessions, and I miss him. That's all. On to the next cat, and also person.
Hiya, I'm Hyacinth, and this is my familiar Artemis. She doesn't like sitting still. I'm sorry. And
I just
I'm
love how
playing
the second you opened your mouth, she was like,
Yeah.
no.
I was too close to her, honestly. I have a loud voice. And I'm playing Icarus, our elven bardlock, with my familiar in-game being Juno, my twin sister.
Hello, it's me, Juno, aka Corndog McGraw. I'm playing Juno, the Paladin Twilight Domain cleric. And over to Chrissy.
Yeah, hi guys. I'm Chrissy playing Ulta, the Swarmkeeper Ranger, Kobold. Goodest bean.
All right. And again, I'm that Magic Juice, GM of this campaign ongoing. We're on session 31. Holy crap. And this campaign is based heavily on the pre-written module Tyranny of Dragons, combination of Horde of the Dragon Queen and the Rise of Tiamat, with a whole bunch of homebrew stuff interweaved within it. So, last time we were here, we had essentially got cut off on a chase from Asbara Jos, the red wizard from Thay, who we've encountered now a couple of times, a pair of times, right? The second of which we were not able to find him, but we knew he was there, chased after him, ended up at a teleportation circle that we couldn't use because we didn't know how, so we had to go back into this castle deep within the Mirror of Dead Men in order to figure that out, which we did. Among some other details about things in the world around us a bit, I'll let you guys fill in gaps if you feel them pertinent. But essentially, we end up going through said teleportation circle and end up at this space none of us recognize deep in, not deep, high in the mountains, and are able to see several other magical circles nearby before we are immediately approached and attacked by a 4-armed troll and a bunch of drakes. You guys were able to make pretty handy work of that whole thing and end up being beckoned by this person whose image I'm going to pull up again. I didn't think to do that before. But this person who resembles the purple mad that you had encountered before in some way or other, and essentially is trying to strike a deal with you. And that's where we're going to enter today's session. But before we do that, is there anything that you guys would like to fill in, or hopefully not, but correct if you need to, about what I just recapped?
There's a phantom dragon outside the window that we just climbed in
There is. It is yours.
for almost
right?
another hour.
Yeah, an hour minus a couple rounds of combat, right?
Yep. And
Who
I
was
will not
Drazier?
dismiss it. I would like it on hand.
Jazeer was the command word to get over here.
Check. Okay.
It was the command word for the circle, yes.
I literally have 3 notes. My 3 notes say hype train. Going up steps can be hard. We are a mess. Drazier.
A
Good
fine,
notes.
a
Good
fine
notes.
recap.
Wait, I don't have Dresmere anywhere.
Instead of this person being called Talis the White, like we may find out going forward, can we just refer to them as Violet Spiky or Spiky Violet?
As long as it
Similar
doesn't
to
break
Purple
TOS,
Mad,
you
but I
can do
like
what
the
you like.
Spikies.
Violet Spike?
Violet Spike.
I
Thank
expect
you.
that you guys are keeping track of all the nicknames because, spoiler
I
alert,
can
I am
remember
not.
the nicknames
I'm not.
better
I'm
than I
just,
can remember.
I'm just remembering the real names. It's easier for me at this point.
Well, good luck, Heck.
It is. Because they're in my notes.
Based
I
on the fact-
remember both versions of the names. I just pretend I don't remember the real names because it's funnier.
Based
I
on the fact that their
don't remember
armor is
anything.
white and their name is the White, don't you think we should call them White instead of Violet?
No.
no, because they look
Purple
like
Spike,
Purple Angie.
moving on.
Violet Spike.
What about like
They're
We combine
similar to
Purple and
Purple
White and
Angie.
make it like
I feel like this is a
lilac?
fight that we're actively having in front of them.
like
Yeah, this might be in character.
I think we should name her like fully in front of her. I think we should name her like, almost like it's like a paint chip, like Lilac Sky.
Listen, no.
That's too much flavor.
We go
need
direct to the
color
point.
and
Color
adjective.
You can't
descriptor.
have
Duh.
taste.
We can't have taste. No.
No taste. Anyways, moving on.
We good?
Hello. Who are you?
Hi. You called?
My name is Talis. Welcome to my
Is
lodge.
it?
And she gives an extremely sarcastic bow. Your reputation certainly precedes you. And that display outside proves it for me, if nothing else. Who are you pursuing?
You.
No,
Make
we're
a deception check.
not.
Why not? Where's that button? There's so many buttons here. Deception.
Ulta would never intentionally do something
30.
to go against, but she is actively shaking her head.
It's a 30.
How is it a 30?
Plus 13.
Okay,
Bards.
fair enough.
You got the expertise, baby.
Yup.
Yes, we definitely know who you are and are chasing you instead of Sabaro Jones.
Is that your final
Yes,
answer? Well, if you pursue me, then either you've been given very well hidden information or are severely misguided.
Oh yeah, we know so much. Have you seen Sabaro Jones?
Yeah, he would be that direction. And she points essentially north.
Just
Are
walk
you
out of the room.
Particularly fond of Sparrow?
No, not one bit.
Excellent.
Nice doing business with you.
Where are you going? We should hear
Yeah,
this person
like
out that
I imagine
hasn't
you
tried
had
to
something
kill
else
us
to
yet.
say.
I don't.
Sorry, there was some overlap there. I didn't catch either of those.
Wife first.
Corn dog?
Sorry, I was reading Chrissy's reminder of me burning a spell slot about when I was scrying on him to talk about his poopies with him. So spooky pooping at the spooky pond.
Where are we repeating the feralness of last time?
We're gonna try and keep it together.
We're kind of on our way. Okay, sorry.
No, I'm here, guys.
What were you saying to this person?
To Hasbara Jos, once we... I think I was going to try to send something to him about like how we were following him. But I think now that we just like got here accidentally, I might try to keep that on the down low because I just wanted to like be spooky when I was scrying on him, but we somehow managed to end up at the location. So I think I will and not do that spell, but if we had not found the correct command word, I just would have been yelling at him for spooky pooping.
Okay.
Oh, the command word for the teleportation.
Yeah, we already got through there. Yeah.
I think we have it.
You do have it.
We
Yes,
did.
we do
We
have
used
it.
It's
it.
how you got here.
Yeah,
Right.
it's how we got here. Yep.
That's what it was. I did not write down the command
And
word.
we're jogging. We're jogging.
We're
Okay.
getting there.
Here's
Alright,
a
anyway,
blooper.
so,
There's like 3
like, what
blooper
do you want
clips in
us
this
for?
last 3 minutes, man.
Yep.
We're doing our best.
We're great.
Spooky
Listen,
pooping.
it's been 2 weeks.
Okay, quick recap. She's wondering who you're pursuing.
I feel like we should hear her out, hear her pitch.
I just told
We
you
over
what
that
I'm
because
doing.
she also
Yeah.
hates Sabaro,
Right.
or at least doesn't like. So
Right.
I would like to converse.
Yeah.
Okay, so she has just replied that if you are truly pursuing her, that either you've been given incredibly well hidden information or are very misguided.
I will fix my mistakes and say, well, maybe we're not pursuing you, but we are well informed. We're going for that Sabaro guy.
Who you
Okay.
seem none too fond of. So maybe let's figure out something.
Really, I'm really interested in other pursuits. The direction that this group has taken is not as much in my favor as I would like.
What would be in your favor?
Oh, the white mask.
Well, we don't know anything about masks, but we can add it to our be on the lookout list.
Ah, a
What
spat
is-
of honesty.
yes.
I can appreciate that.
I
What is
mean,
white
our be on the
mask?
lookout list is very long, so no guarantees.
Add it to our queue.
Yeah. it's on the board, but like 16 items down. So
Is this white mask a magical mask? Or is it just something that you wear to sleep at night?
just gonna be a little bit of a fanboy here and be like, look at her, of course it's magic. She would not want a regular mask.
At this point, it's more of a symbol than a functional thing.
I would like to insight check that.
Is it
Okay.
a person?
I feel like she's after something magical.
Okay.
I don't know.
I
I,
want-
still have the picture
I
up, and I'm
wanna
like,
know.
yeah, this is an aesthetic that does need a mask for this outfit.
31.
Oh, we're in the
Dang!
big boys and girls stats. Okay.
No one is lying to you.
Don't ask me to do anything else. Insight is the only thing I can do.
Yeah. Okay. So you're trying to figure out if she's lying about it not being a magical thing, and that it's just she's saying it's just a symbol.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I'm trying to get a vibe of if what she's talking about is something that actually has power, or if she is just looking for something that's like a symbol, like a mascot head or something like that.
She's not exactly lying about this. I don't know why I said about
Exactly?
this, but she's not exactly lying. You're getting a confident sense that she is being truthful about what she's saying.
So, as a symbol, are you saying it's like a person or like an object that you're looking for? just so we can have the correct information to put it on our queue to maybe help with if we
Is it
strike
an
a deal.
organization, maybe?
Yes, well informed indeed, I see.
Yeah, about most things, just not this one.
For me, it would represent the rank I well deserve, and has been stripped from me and given to another, who happens
like the
to
one
be
that
in
Bruno
cahoots
has?
with Asbara.
Ooh, was
Okay.
he like a fancy elf?
No.
Oh, I was wondering if it was the person who canceled my scry.
Ooh, good thought.
What was the second part of that? Sorry.
I was wondering if it was the person who canceled my scry.
Hot elf that we were all thirsty for last time, apparently.
That I was definitely thirsty for, but we'll keep that to myself.
I would know nothing
Trying
about
not
this.
to be offended. Noted.
So Asbara, you're after him specifically. Seems you've mentioned him more than once.
His possessions, more so.
And
He
why would
also
that be?
his knowledge. We
I mean,
didn't.
we've got his knowledge. He has a book that he's carrying with him that just has like general notes on who we are as people, and we did not consent to being written about. If you want to write our story, we will happily sign an agreement, but he did not. And I don't feel comfortable with the story he may tell with it.
DM to player, it seems like you're trying to be kind of cryptic and not exactly lie. Am I
Yes.
getting the right vibe on that?
I am actively trying to go after the book, just
Uh-huh.
because, like, when Eliseo's family was attacked and, like, wiped out and stuff like that,
Mhm.
like, there was obviously, or in my brain, I was like, there must have been notes on who they were as people and stuff like that, or, like, that was an act of war in some
Okay.
ways, and, like, I don't want our names to be in a book as to, like, these are people we have to wipe out in this war. So for me, I want that book to not let them have it, not let them have the notes.
Gotcha.
And then eventually smash Barajos in the face real hard. But the main point is I don't want the book that could implicate any of us.
Okay, so I'm going to have you roll your choice of deception or persuasion check to essentially see how well
They're
you
both
can
bad.
how well you can like
You
veil
have a
the
+2.
partial nature of the truth here.
I also have a reroll from time. Why didn't that show up? Persuasion. Did it go now? +2. We'll make that 20.
20. Okay. She'll kind of squint her eyes for a moment and just like give a shifted look to all of you and come back to Juno and say, well, I suppose I can respect the fact that nobody wants to put everything quite so up front, quite so immediately. After all, this is a negotiation, is it not? I offer you an exchange. I simply want to see Varum, Resmir, Asbara, and all of them fail as gloriously as possible. Cause some chaos, if you may. And in exchange for my safety and the mask, if the opportunity should arise, I will take you to them directly, without a direct frontal assault on a castle you know nothing about.
Out of character. Hates all the same people that we hate. Wants us to cause chaos. She's my new best friend.
Are you sure your name isn't Raishan?
Throwback.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Larkin, though?
Can we have a moment to talk amongst ourselves?
Of course, but before you do so, please accept my token of good graces. And she'll sort of like shove a chest on the top of this table in between you guys toward you. And it's like half popped open.
Whose chest?
A random
joke.
corpse. No.
Head joke, just like it throws a corpse down.
I will reach and lift the lid. I have low enough wisdom to trust this immediately.
You see a handful of unique looking items, and you can feel permeating magical energy off of it. Out of character, this is your magical
Yeah.
items from last session.
I was gonna say I know what these are, but in character I would be
so
like, this is
clever.
too.
I
This
just
is
wanted to
too good
roleplay
to
it a
be
little bit
true.
instead of just
Yeah.
saying you reach in your bag and you find a thing.
Oh, amazing!
No, but here's the thing: is I was literally just typing in a Discord message. Hey, Magic, it's just so that none of us are too sketched out by this. Is this the thing we have to
Yes.
take? Because that was literally something I was just gonna be like,
Yeah,
Yeah, I wanted to roleplay it out at least a little bit to make it not just like
Yeah,
a poof, here
legit.
it is, but make it
Oof,
clear.
there it is.
all right.
I'm gonna point to the one that is clearly LSAO's and say, I want that one.
Oh my gosh. I will have like lifted the lid a little to peek in it, and having sensed the magicness, I'll flip the lid and start playing Santa Claus and hand out things.
Okay.
These
At-
are, and
at
also
first-
say thank you to Purple Spike because awesome. Thank you.
Violet Spike, so we don't confuse them.
Oh,
with
sorry,
purple
Violet Spike. You're right. You're right.
now.
Okay,
Don't,
so
don't need that confusion. There's the purple and the bluish, so I wanted to.
You're right.
Is that indigo? I feel like that's violet.
So what you find at first glance, LSAO, will be a ring with a gem on the set that kind of almost looks like a brain.
A brain?
Uh-huh. A very
cool.
small, almost like irresponsibly small, like over-the-shoulder satchel. A staff that seems to be sort of like shimmering and changing form and shape every second you look at it.
Oh, I want
And
that one.
a small lantern with a blue hue to it. So here's what I did, jumping
Uh-huh.
out of character again. I selected these items, and in the cases of two of you, upgrades, based on a combination of the lists of things you gave me before we started the campaign of items you would like, and so I will give you the choice of either distribute them as you would like, or go with who they essentially came from the lists. Does that make sense? Which would you prefer? This
I don't
item for
remember
this
what I asked
person.
for, so
What
maybe.
if we can?
Um,
Yeah. What if we don't remember a year
Yeah.
and a half ago?
Okay,
I was
let's.
gonna say I don't trust us to properly distribute them correctly,
Okay,
and also I want to get to the Sparrow ass kicking part of the game. So like,
so let's do this quick then. It's a Ring of Mayan Shielding, which is something that came from LSAO's list.
it
Uh,
is.
Bag of Holding, which came from Ulta's list. A
Smart.
Staff of Fire, which came from Aster's list. And I'm giving it the extra flavor that it will look however you want it to look. And then a Ghost Lantern from Juno's list.
I'm gonna collect a soul. I'm gonna carry Sabaro with us.
And Icarus, I did not leave you out, but as a sort of combination of, there was one item left, plus like a little bit extra from the particular donation that made this happen. For you and for Juno together, I went with a 2-level upgrade to your existing tattoos.
Oh.
Sorry, a 2-level upgrade for one of you, and a 1-level upgrade for presumably Juno if she takes the lantern that was on her list. Does that
I
make
have
sense?
to remember what that does now.
Mm-hmm.
I know it captures a soul, but I can't remember anything else.
So if you guys want more time to decide, I'll send that list to you guys, and we can take care of that over break. Otherwise, you can take the items that were specifically listed for you, and we can get back to the conversation at hand, which is you guys now taking a moment to discuss.
Yes.
I mean,
Aster and Ulta, how are you feeling about this? And I'll ask them while the other two are clearly digging through the box. Like, start the mini huddle before the other two finally have, like, passed things out to us.
I mean, an ally would be nice, but I am afraid of the end game, right? Like when we finally get to that moment.
Mhm. I feel like I would defer to everyone else's judgment for this one, just because at face value it sounds like a really good deal, but then also I, kind of trusted as far as face value, so I don't think my whole compass here is really the most reliable.
I mean, what are the other options? We fight our way out of this place? I don't know that they are probably one to just let us walk out, right?
Especially knowing what we know.
coming back to the group, I'm going to be like, well, using my LSAO side of the brain, this seems helpful because she already revealed that, like, we'd be walking into a mansion, which, like, I don't know if I knew we were walking into a mansion. So
She's going to chime in from the back. Castle, fortress, castle.
Okay, well, did it really matter? Did the vocabulary matter? I'm going to look back at the group. Like,
They are distinctly different things.
well, I was approximating. I was using a little bit of an LSAO side of the brain. I don't have all of it, but it just seemed like it would make sense, right? To take help because it's already people we don't like, and then worry about whatever happens with this one later.
Right, so we seem team, yes, let's hang out with this person. They just helped us tremendously, which they did not need to do. Also, these gifts kind of seem really specific, almost like they knew we were coming, which I find is kind of weird. But that's just an aside here. I think we join them? Yeah.
The enemy of my enemy is my brother, friend.
Just gonna look between LSAO and Icarus and just be like, wait a minute. Am I
It's
the
a saying, I think.
I'm gonna like give one nod of like, yet wait.
Team up with people who don't like the people you don't like because it'll help you not like them better.
Mutual enemy is all you needed to say. 2 words.
What does mutual mean?
So
It
just gonna
does-
turn around and look at
Too good to be
purple
true.
Spiky and say, Violet Spiky, and say, looks like you have some bodyguards.
Well, of course.
I look around the room and go, yes,
Oh,
she
well.
does.
Escorts, or whatever the first part was.
I make
Just
for a really
make sure
good
you're
escort.
safe, and then also him.
Are you offering something, or are you thinking out loud?
Well, this is Chrissy asking because there was
Okay.
a lot of chatter back and forth, but I was under the assumption that there was she was asking us, like, when we go there, we were going to make sure she was safe when we get to that point, right? She was like requesting her own safety when we get to that point. She was like, you guys just have to make sure I'm safe and I'll help you get through.
No, clarification, and I'm sorry if that wasn't clear in the moment. So what I should have said as her was she will take you to a safe point within the castle to be able to get to the people you're pursuing. She's not requesting her safety in that scenario. She's requesting that you guys don't attack her right now.
Oh, check. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. That makes way more sense.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay. Because I was also listening to us rename every NPC and do 1.5 million other things. So I also could have just not been hearing it correctly. So Ulta will just turn around and agree on behalf of the rest of the group as we are all talking about any number of things that have very little to do with this poor person's attention span.
Very well. We will accompany you to the town ahead. Go straight to the stables for mounts, of course, to get to this castle. We will have to pair you each as much as possible up with one of us to maintain the illusion that we are taking you there, if you catch my drift. And I will take you to the giants, who I can only assume you will find friendly if you pay the right respect. Does this sound fair?
Does anyone speak giant?
I hope Ulta
I
does.
think I can speak anything. Nope. You have tongues, hun.
I know.
So you speak giant.
Oops. I do not.
I need to learn tongues.
I also have a limited number of spells.
I
Yay, clerics.
I can understand. I cannot speak.
Okay, I can speak tongues, but I might cast it on someone else who actually
Totally
has
fine.
charisma. That's not me.
Sounds good. When you said pair up, it's just like for the facade, right? We don't actually have to, be handcuffed or play like prisoners more than necessary, right?
I can make it look that way without actually binding you, yes.
Just for like everyone's comfortability and everything,
Mm-hmm.
Very well then. She'll gesture toward the armored veterans near her and say, let's prepare to leave. We go by foot for this first part, and we'll have plenty of time to get to know each other. Or not. Your preference. And they'll all start walking to the... If I had the right window open, this direction. Boop.
I'll walk up to Lilac Frustration as we're walking, and I'm gonna be like, so, what's your favorite color?
It'd be awkward if it wasn't purple.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, sorry, Ulta.
Ooh.
Oh god, what's happening to the screen?
21.
Help!
Huh.
I'm not gonna touch my person because the whole screen freaked out when I did it.
Yike.
You should be good now. Are you good now?
I'm just gonna wait for now. But I can see things. It's just like the whole screen was like, and like threw me off the edge.
Nice.
And I went,
Okay. Well, at least from this side, it looks like you're okay. So hopefully just your computer will catch up soon. Okay. So she's essentially walking straight down to the stairs to the lower lobby area and around to the back to get outside. All you really see along the way before she and the other guys step outside the back door is a series of other rooms that essentially make up a large, what looks like nothing more than a home here. A couple of bedrooms, a kitchen area, stairs leading downward and upward, and just a sort of back porch. So, not meant to be a leading question, but just to confirm, since we will not be in this area anymore, are you just following her straight out? And we're going on our way?
I mean,
I
unless
intend to
there are
follow.
spell books around.
Okay.
Speaking of, if we're all pairing up with a guard, do any of them look magically inclined? Because if I have to get to know somebody, I at least want it to be a nerd.
You can make an investigation or perception check. Let's do investigation, because you are being pretty specific.
Also, all nerds can immediately identify other nerds on sight, so...
That's why the DC is pretty low.
18.
So none of them really look all too magically inclined. They are quite literally muscle.
Okay. It's gonna be a quiet walk then. Have fun with your friends, guys.
Okay. So what we have ahead of us now is a several mile walk that will take a couple hours. So, is there anything that you would like to do or discuss as you go?
Can I convince my guard to hop on the Spectre Dragon so that we don't have to walk?
Can you actually ride it? I thought it was just a ghost.
Yes. It's not actually a ghost, it has a corporeal form.
Oh, okay. Make an persuasion check.
Nope. I rolled a 2.
So that's 0, right? Just kidding.
+4. I'm a very charismatic child.
He'll just say, I don't know that thing. I have no plans to hop onto it.
Okay, well, he'll disappear soon anyways, so I guess bye, and I'll snap it. Gone.
I would probably spend time attuning to the new fancy staff.
All right.
And probably, if I could, kind of like, has Seymour been like continuing to sit on my staff, or is he like just kind of outgrown like any part of like my inventory at this point? He's just kind of around.
He's still there. He's
Okay.
a tiny bit bigger. I might have exacerbated or accidentally exacerbated his growth. It's not like he was super sprouting. You're just noticing that he has been growing. He's slightly larger than when you got him in the pot in the first place. So yeah, he has been hanging out there until you specify otherwise. And as you're checking out this other staff, you would see that he's clearly very curious about it too. And then while you're attuning to it, you will see what I described earlier, that it sort of changes its shape and look as you're sort of like formulating thoughts about it and how you feel about it. And you ultimately end up at what you would like it to look like, which would be...
Ooh. I would say in comparison to how her getup has looked previously, which is, a lot of browns is kind of what her deer hide leather has really looked like, the bark elements and everything, which it does carry elements of that and almost kind of the like a burnt wood aesthetic, but also kind of towards the top there will be more like verdant elements. There's more green kind of being added to it.
Nice. Okay. Fitting for a Circle of Wildfire druid. in form as in function, you have a staff of fire.
Big hype. And yeah, if Seymour's interested in it, he can look it over. That's totally fine.
Okay. Yeah, he'll sort of check it out as you're showing it to him, and eventually like hang on as you eventually like set it upright, and then like sit his little butt down and like rub it back and forth like he's making a spot, and then kind of get into his little sitting position at the top of your staff again.
Amazing. Give him a little head pat.
Is that a hazard for him?
I don't think so.
It's a tree on the end of a fire staff. Just making sure.
Well, it just, gives me the ability, I guess, for have expanded skill set. I think it'll be fine.
While we are walking, you guys will watch Ulta as she dumps all of her items into the bag of holding haphazardly and with zero organization. And the small bag that she was using prior, she will make into something like a baby Bjorn for a small dragon.
Do you have any
So
room in
good.
there for this urn that I've been carrying around?
Sure, absolutely. And she'll just open it up and you can just dump that right
An
on
urn
in.
full of gold that I've
You're gonna be
definitely
able to
been
fit so
carrying
many
this whole
snacks in
time.
there.
Is that the one from the vault?
Oh my god.
We haven't had anywhere to drop it off.
I called a banking lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like some people
We
dropped
can
it off at the
withdraw.
bank, but I was like, we might
Yeah.
need this.
We can
And
withdraw all our gold now and just
I
stick
just
it in there.
it's on my sheet. It says I have an urn full of gold. I don't even know how much gold is in there.
I like to imagine, I'm like, wow, I probably shouldn't have lied to Talis because she immediately did not give me a gift. And then I look and then there's like new tattoos on my shoulder. And I'm like, oh shit.
When did that happen?
There's
I'm
just
kind
like
of creeped out now.
Your bay is actually your gift.
I was gonna say there was like a
growing
temporary
love
tattoo.
for my god.
Had.
Growing love for your bay. We don't know that they're a god yet. I do. You do not.
Wait, didn't we like kind of question it, or did you just not tell me yet?
I haven't told you.
No, I talked to you about it and you didn't get it, so
Yeah.
you walked away.
And then
Oh,
when
yeah.
I saw him, I did not tell you about it because I did not want to distract you. Because he was definitely at the head of the table in my god dream.
That's kind of hot.
Yeah.
Anything else? Talis and the guards, for the most part, are pretty silent for the trek.
My only question would be, is this like spell levels? Like, or is it like something different? Because I know we have spells, a first and a cantrip in it already.
Oh, for the tattoo?
You said a level upgrade.
You're going sorry, not a level, but like a tier. So I forget
Okay.
if I set you at tier 2 or 3. I think 2 and 3 are both uncommon. I think one of you should have it at least because you started at the same one. So you're going up 1 tier.
Okay, so it goes cantrip first level, so I would be at 3rd and should be at 2nd, right?
Sorry, say again?
So they just go up by spell level. So it goes cantrip first level, which I think we had both of. And then, so I would be at 3rd level, and then Juno would be at 2nd.
Yes.
Neat. I will look at that between sessions. Because if I look at it now, heck. And not heck, but heck.
Okay. Is anything else happening during the trek, or are we making the walk mostly silent?
Who's with Talis?
She never told me her favorite color.
Oh, so you're with Talis. So that
Yes.
should be fun for her. Yeah, I'm gonna ask the simple questions of how long you've been doing this. How many people have you killed so far? Do you have any remorse about that? Should I pray for you? And kind of just go down that list of things.
Okay.
And let it get a little bit dark and dreary and unfortunate. Ask them about their past, their regrets. Not Talis, like whoever this red icon creepy motherfucker is, that's who I will ride with.
This guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know who he is. And I'm not going to ask his name. I'm just going to ask everything about his life.
Make a persuasion check.
Please, no. Why do you keep making me do these? I'm going to re-roll that.
And remind us all
Persuasion.
what allows you to reroll.
My lovely little reroll from Mr. Rogers. Or advantaged on the next roll, I should say.
Gotcha.
So that's a 20 instead. Woo! Natural
Nice.
19!
Gotcha. Okay, so yes, and that's a perfect reminder for everybody watching. If you check out the panels below the stream here, for those of you watching live, of course, not when this is on YouTube, but there are several ways that you can influence the game. And we have already been inundated with a big upgrade of magical items and several rerolls, advantages, pluses, no minuses
Please
yet.
give them out to the team. For those of you who might just be joining us.
Yeah.
I do appreciate being spoiled, though. It's like next month is my birth month.
All right. He'll just sort of like look at you in this real gruff way and say, well, I've been here since the original plans for this group.
What
Wanted
were
to-
the original plans? A pancake house?
God damn it. Was really hoping to see a full-blown dragon raised from the dead. Haven't seen that myself yet, but you know, change in leadership, new direction, all that jazz.
I mean, we've seen a few dragons. I don't know if any of them are raised from the dead so far, though.
Reckon you might see some more.
Cool. I want to appear as nonchalant as possible, and internally I am shitting my pants. Don't let them see me sweat. Are there more at this castle?
I'm not personally aware.
What would you do with the dragon that was raised from the dead?
Me, nothing. Stand behind it, I reckon.
But if you could do anything, like if it just became your dragon, what would you do?
Haven't really considered such things. Gotta say,
I mean,
in the
anything can
moment, I
happen.
wouldn't really know.
I think you should start considering it. You never know when you're just going to come across a dragon and it could like possess your soul or something. So it's good to have firm intentions ahead of time.
Well, I reckon if a dragon possessed my soul, I would be at its will instead of my own, would I not?
Not necessarily. If you're strong-willed enough, it's gotta make space.
Fair
At
enough.
least from my understanding. Like the possessions I've seen so far, they still very much feel like themselves.
You
I'm
some
not
sort
going
of
to hint that it is,
exorcismist?
I am a cleric, yes.
Guess we made the right choice to be careful about you then.
Sure.
So Niffer, I'm seeing this message that you intended to attune as soon as possible. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, that does take an hour, but we are basically at a point that hour could have passed by now. So that was your intention?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh no.
After a good amount of time of
Oh no.
focusing
I am
on this
clipping now,
ring
don't I?
and its magical energy, you'll feel the band on your finger basically fade. And like in the moment you'll look, it's still there. And you think about it for a second, you're like, I wonder. And you actually make it go invisible for a moment. And then rethink it, and it comes back into visibility. And at that moment, you will hear, as a tickle in the back of your mind, oh, hey, a new one. What's up?
Okay.
You have a ring of mind shielding. And yes,
With a friend.
it has a friend.
Amazing. Well, the guard won't talk to me, so I guess I'm just gonna mentally talk to this guy for a while.
It's Juno in there.
No, it's not. Juno has her own.
Oh, not
thing
Juno.
with
I
a
meant
soul
corn dog.
in
My
it.
bad. My bad. I was gonna make the corn dog joke.
Oh yeah, it's corn dog stats.
Actually, looking at the time, and considering that Corn Dog is stepping away for a moment anyway, nothing to worry about. We knew that we would need a minute. I think it's a good time to take our first break of the night. Does that sound okay? And we'll give Niffer a minute to think about a reaction to what just happened, and we'll come back right to that. All right, we'll be right back.
Oh no! Who did that?
All right, we're back.
Hear me out. A sun bear.
There we go.
What?
Okay, so we are on foot on our way to the next essentially checkpoint that this Talis person and her guards have told us she's going to help us with a ruse. Yes, Niffer.
What is my new best friend's name? That's all I need to know.
Kushpia.
Yes. Continue.
So we're on our way to a what we can see on the horizon at this point, or I guess closer than the horizon, given the time that we've taken now, is a small town. So I will shift us to that map. And let's just turn... Yeah, we'll turn this off. Is it still... daytime? Whoops. I didn't do that right. I know what I'm doing. There we go. You guys able to see all that? Let's zoom this out for stream.
This is very good. I like this.
Okay, and you are entering at the northwest corner. I'll just plop our usual diamond up there. And Talis will continue. A little town called Parnast, fully occupied by us, of course. So I wouldn't recommend wandering off completely on your own.
Okay, that was like a nice warning, but like, are we stopping?
Are we like staying for the night? Do you need us to be roommates? Are you asking to share a bunk bed? Like, what is
And
this?
they were roommates.
Oh no, we have no intention of staying
Sir,
any
I'm
longer
taken.
than we need to. She's going to lead you directly to this, what you can see are stables.
Oh.
And inside you will see several wyverns.
Oh.
Okay, the diamond thing is not going to happen. I'll just keep pinging for you.
Oh, I kind of dig it. Dragon.
Several of these guys with simple saddles strapped to their backs, basically from like their shoulders down to the beginning of their tails. And Talis and each of the guards will give a sort of combination of hand signals. The first is to like cup their hands together, and then the second is to extend one and sort of come down directly in front of them. And in the response to that, each wyvern will essentially like bow its head a little bit, and they will approach in the stables, each of them indicating to you guys to join them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Absolutely, we do.
Yeah, I like this.
Perform the signals.
I do the thing.
Okay. Each of you will need to make an animal handling check, please.
But I just did the thing, see?
Mm-hmm.
Is it easier for me since I've been training a tiny dragon?
I think it should be.
The DCs are customized, is the word.
I did well.
Personalized.
I rolled a 21.
What?
This is bullshit.
17 plus 4.
No.
Natural 20 for 29.
I've been legitimately training a tiny dragon. This is trash, garbage, garbage, trash bullshit.
Don't worry, you don't know the result yet.
I can make you re-roll it if you would like. I would absolutely use the chronal shift on that. I support you.
What if I summon a little Drake?
I've got a 29, a 5.
Animal handling is wisdom, which is my
I
dump
got
stat.
21. I don't think it
21.
went through chat, but I did it.
Okay, and then Eliseo, what was yours?
I got 15.
Okay.
Chrissy, re-roll.
Most of you are going to have a pretty easy time mimicking the symbol. Ulta, for like a half second, accidentally goes to like one of the signals that you've been giving Sunrunner, and then have like a oh wait moment, and then try it again. And the wyvern at first is like kind of concerned at tilting its head at you, and then when you wave at it, it like aggressively leans in toward you, but then you get it right, and it gives you like a and then bows its head to you and lets you continue.
I'm gonna show him the tiny dragon secretly at some point. So hopefully that makes him like me more.
Okay. So the guard escorting each of you, for one of you that will be Talis. So which one of you was that? Icarus?
I was
Okay.
talking her ear off.
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. Each of you has you're each paired on a mount, and Talis will begin casting a simple spell. and ask you to put your hands together on the rope in front of you.
Insight check.
Sure.
Just because my sister's not here to do it for me. I clicked it. Where'd it go?
It's an 8.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Not very good.
22. 22. Okay, so might feel uneasy at first, but she did tell you that she was going to create an illusion to make you look bound without actually binding you. You get a good sense of confidence that she means that.
Cool. I trust you with my life.
The rest of you do it?
I will do it, but I will not agree with that statement if it's said
Yeah,
out loud.
Yeah. That's what I was shaking in my head. I was like,
No, I was exaggerating. It's fine.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So when you put your hands together on the rope in front of you, you will see what looks like threads from the rope sort of half unraveling and wrapping themselves around your wrists, but you won't feel anything corresponding with it. Any last words before we take flight? And you'll see like a little smirk on the side of her face.
How can I make this wyvern like me more?
A little bit of rapport over time always works. Usually some food. And a lot more of this. And she's going to give a playful kick to the side of the wyvern she's on, and it will immediately snap into like a trot out hard turn out of its own stall and just full bore forward out of the main gate at the front and immediately take flight. So each of you make one more animal handling check, please. And this is going to be for the pair of you and your guard.
Trash!
I am so good at this.
18.
I
23.
fucking hate digital dice. Fuck roll 20.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Icarus and Ulta, you're caught a little off guard and like get half bucked, but you're able to hang onto the ropes, and the guards in front of you will let out a little bit like, oh shit, as you both together kick your
I'll hug
wyverns and they
Talis'
get
waist.
going.
Be like, I need to. I'm just gonna fall off.
And what is it, Aster? You're ready for it, and this incredible rush of just hop, turn, hop, and then just full sprint out of the room on all fours of this creature. And for all of you, the wings spread out, and you immediately take flight, going at almost a 45-degree angle upward. It's a pretty aggressive angle. And after a few seconds, you're going to see that you turn to, in the distance, a large castle, as far as you can tell, made of ice.
We're soaring.
Let it go,
flying.
let it go. It's funny how some distance makes everything seem small.
Oh man.
We're gonna get DMCA'd.
I wish there was a better picture of the castle, but this is what is provided in the handouts.
That is real cool.
It is a massive structure hanging off the side of a cliff that this town extends to, essentially, and heavily obscured by fog at the bottom, clouds at the top. But you're at least able to see those beginning towers. And as you get closer, you'll see that these towers are outfitted with very large, what you can only describe as crossbow bolts, but like the siege kind. I forget what those are called. Ballistas?
Ballistas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ballista.
Yeah. each occupied by at least one ogre. And you can see several of them like giving you a quick glance as you're flying over into this middle section, like the lower courtyard, beyond the opening gates, and essentially land into the middle of this humongous room. And by this point, at least as far as you can tell, this is either crystal or ice. Either way, it is incredibly beautiful, and I need to switch maps again. What's running through your guys' heads as this is happening?
Ulta is apparently holding on for dear life to something that she's not entirely sure exists, aka a rope that she sees but doesn't feel, and is in tears, probably thinking to herself, why is this so much easier with a real dragon? This thing isn't even like a real dragon. And I'm like very confused because I was doing so well with the tiny little dragon and just panicking. That's what Alta's doing right now with her 6 roll.
I mean, Aster's never seen anything like this before. An entire castle made out of ice. That's just, I don't know. Her eyes are pretty wide at this point.
I think Icarus is really enjoying just the dragon in itself, and he's like, I want one. This is so cool.
I'm probably talking to my ring friend.
We can continue that conversation if you'd like.
I mean, only if I did not actually write down his name. I asked for it, or their name.
Oh,
I asked for it.
name's
Did not get the
Glom.
spelling. What?
Glom.
That is not the name you said before.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were asking for the guard's name. The name I
No.
gave you was the guard's name.
He's not a magic boy, so I don't care about him.
Magic Boy's name is Glom, and it's actually a she.
Oh, sweet.
Shikalam.
Glom. All right. I'll be talking to Glom. That's fine.
So,
If Glom has
what
fun
are you
story,
doing?
I will absolutely chat. It doesn't need to be like role played out, unless you would really love to convey some cool story that you
I've
put
already
effort
thrown on the
into.
weird voice. Let's do
There
it.
it is. Let's do it. It's just like, you know those days when you're just like, this might as well happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so hanging out with Glom, apparently, telepathically.
So what are you doing?
Riding a wyvern. What are you? No, I can't
What's that?
ask that. It's like a dragon.
Whoa! No.
Like, no, not actually. Like, not as cool of a dragon. Like, it's a step down. It's like a discount
The
dragon.
wyvern bucks you off.
No, this is all telepathic.
This is all telepathic, yeah. Well, either way, that sounds really cool. I always wanted to fly.
Yeah. What stopped you? Just
Death
opportunity,
mostly.
or- Okay.
I'm dead. Oh, now I'm sad.
Yeah, I know that. I'm sorry. What happened before that, though? Like, did you have a chance to fly, or was it just like, oh?
Well, I was always hoping I'd find one. I never really did. Or at least, I guess I wouldn't really know if I did. Shit.
I mean, technically you're flying right now, because you're in this ring that I have.
Yeah, well, it'd be cooler if I could, like, see it and, you know, be there, really be there. I don't really know what this is. I'm just kind of here. There's a big scary
Yeah.
eye at the end of a tunnel, and I didn't really want to go there yet.
Okay. That's interesting to know. All right, well, I can't make you go towards that tunnel, and I don't think I want to, so you're welcome to hang out.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, you can hang out whenever. I don't really have a job. I guess, that keeps regular hours. So, and I don't know if you like sleep or anything. So I guess you're welcome to just like check in whenever you feel like.
Well, I used to sleep, but this is a weird, different something.
Yeah. Has anybody had this ring? Have you gotten to talk to anybody before?
Nope, you're the first one.
Oh.
What year is it?
God, what year is it?
2022.
It's 1492.
It's 1490. Right, I knew that. It's 1492.
What?
1492.
What with a 4?
Teen. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Why? What year was it when you were around?
950 something.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna say 9. What year was it? 9.
Oh man, I didn't realize that had gone that long.
Yeah, that's an age gap that we've got there.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have lived all that long anyway, I guess. Rocks
No?
fell on my head, and now I'm here.
Ouch. Oh gosh, was Glom a goblin? I'm getting a vibe here. I'm not gonna ask because honestly, I think that's probably rude and like racist to assume. So I'll just be like, that's unfortunate. How'd you happen to find this ring around here?
Well, I was looking around in the caves. I had a market in the Undermountain of Waterdeep, and it was going pretty good. But no, I had this ring. I had a little crown. I had a cape.
Wow,
It was
fancy.
too big for me, though.
You know, I feel like you would vibe with my brother-in-law. Got very similar styles.
Hey, is that still there? You know,
Waterdeep?
city and
Yeah.
the stuff under it.
I only visited briefly. I did not get to check under it, but Waterdeep is still around.
Oh, that's cool. Well, hopefully someone else finds it, because I had some like really cool stuff.
You know what? I'm working now, but if we get some downtime, maybe you and I can go on a little adventure and check it out.
Hey,
It'll
that
be
sounds
like-
cool.
It'll be like a fun, like, you have to give me instructions and I'll try and follow them and we'll see where I end up.
Okay.
Okay. Did they have Alterel around when you were there? And I'm just gonna like try and take her mind off of the fact that she's dead with just like trading info and facts and stuff.
Okay. Is that like a fade to black moment, and that's just your intention?
It can be. I
Okay.
don't know. I will gladly talk to her more. I just don't want to take up more time making everyone just watch me talk to my new best friend. I
Yep,
find it very interesting. I don't know if everyone else does.
it's all good. No, that's good. That's a good amount of time for that. Okay. Corn Dog's not
But we
back
do
yet.
talk for like several hours, just so
Oh,
you
the
know.
trip is only a few minutes.
Oh. No,
Yeah.
like the walking up to it part as well as the
Oh, okay.
wyvern
That
thing.
works.
Like,
Yeah.
I'll just talk to her whenever.
Okay. So her response to El Terrell specifically would be, "Who's that?"
Yes.
So
Good.
just so you know, and then you can maybe we'll do a little like text RP to
I would
flesh
love
out that
that.
conversation and make
I
it a
would
thing.
absolutely adore that.
Okay, so you guys are arriving at this castle, and I I wanted to roleplay that out a little bit, partially for the purity of it, but also partially because Corndog's not back. But that's okay. We're still going to shift here, and I'm going to tell you all, because I'm assuming Corndog would tell you, she recognizes this place from when she was spying on Asbarajos. You're not supposed to be there. You're supposed to be there. I'm in the wrong place. Here we go. Remember that part where I said this was going to be hard? Was not kidding. Okay, so the main gate is behind you now, over here. Are you guys seeing my pings?
We do.
Okay. The main gate that you flew into is behind you. You've landed on the ground at this point, and what you see in front of you is like this massive dome of walls of solid ice. You can see another courtyard above that partially overhangs this one, and held up by humongous arches of ice that just reach to the sky. From what you can tell down here, probably about 100 feet. And then doors of sculpted ice all around you. So all the doors you can see are sculpted ice that are fitted with like iron hinges and fastenings. And then ahead of you to the east is going to be an opening in one wall that leads to a spiral staircase made of sculpted ice. That's all the way over here on the east. Stream doesn't see it, but you guys should be able to see the ping, I think. Okay. As you land, these guys are going to beckon for you to join them heading this direction. With Talis at the helm.
Ulta took off. She has no idea where she's at. Somewhere on the edge of the screen.
Oh,
Probably
boy.
in a wall somewhere.
Hold, please.
She got real scared and just took off.
Zip. Here we are. Oh, I'll move Juno. Okay. Talis is going to open this door, revealing several stalls that you can hear and at least partially see. A couple of other wyverns. We'll move this one at least. These two, I guess. Hanging out, and they will guide the rest into here. Anything you guys are doing while this happens?
I want to do something, but I know it's not the right time to cast the spell, so we'll wait.
Stop trying to cast Find Steed.
There's no time and a place. It's like when you go to do something in a game, it's like there's a correct time and place for this.
Ulta is just trying to keep a mental note of where and what, like where the location is, where the exit is, and where the wyverns can be found in case we need to make quick exit.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Okay. After leading the wyverns into there, they're going to sort of beckon you east this direction, where you can see, at least at first, through somewhat open doorways, several giants having a discussion. So I'm going to scoot you all this way. And Talis will essentially go to the front and ask you to hold here for a second, just by holding up a hand. Any responses?
No, she kind of warned us about this, so I'll just let her start, and then we'll...
Yeah, they're the
Oh.
experts.
All right, she'll walk in. Definitely was still within sight of most of you, at least. and you'll see her look up into over the top of like this, for them, a tiny table in the middle of the room. But for you, it's like a 10 by 10 square, 10 feet off the ground. And they're sitting in these massive chairs, and you can hear the grumbles and grunts of their, what you might call discussion. And Talis goes in and says to them, "We've brought more for the cause. I presume you will accept them." You'll see at least one of them. I think you can see it. Yeah, you'll all be able to see at least one of them. Look toward her, look out at you guys, and then sort of grunt.
Ugh. More tiny people.
Well, that's a yes then.
Do we have choice?
She'll give a sort of bow and beckon for you guys to join them.
I'll go in, sure.
Yep, and I walk.
Very hesitantly, yes. We all go in.
All right, Talis will, speaking to you guys, she'll say, "This is Blagothkus, Cloud Giant and leader of his clan. These are Wigloff and Hulda. The three of them will be accompanying you to whatever is next on your journey." And she'll give you a sort of like half nod and start to leave.
Do we still look like we're tied up?
You do not.
Cool.
Real quick before you leave, your mask, whereabouts do you think we can find it? Any ideas?
If I had to guess, and she's sort of whispering at this point, like half whispering, here, that might be a stretch. But if it is here, it's in the vault below. Wear something warm.
Oh no. I know what it is.
And then she and the
Okey-doke.
guards will continue to walk away.
Walk away, walk away now.
Yeah, also, is it possible to get some spellings on those giant names? Because I
Yes.
absolutely know I will not get right.
No edits. We die like men.
It was Flabbergast, Wallaby,
Oh,
and
God.
Gold. It's my best memory.
I was gonna say I definitely have that the Cloud Giant leader's name is Bacon Lettuce. So
Wait, bacon lettuce? It was like Flubberkin.
no, it Blagouthis or something is the actual name, and I've decided no, 'tis not.
I definitely heard an F in there.
No,
Okay,
I thought it
perfect.
started with a B.
Blagothkus is the Cloud
Blagothkus.
Giant and the leader. The other two are Wigloff and Hulda.
Maybe I was thinking Wiggleoff. Also, I was very off.
And are they not cloud giants? Are they something else?
They are stone giants. I will show you some
Okay.
images here.
I was actually so close with the correct spelling of Blagothkus.
Legolas.
Nope, the Goth Kid.
Oh, they're so cool.
Oh wait, I need to pull this
The
up.
Goth Kid. That's what it is.
Legothus. Oh. Giants are so cool stylistically. I love that they're elemental.
And then these guys are
Yeah, that is very cool.
Stone giants.
Rock on.
Let's scoot these here so we can see them while we potentially have a chat.
So, she said they're going to aid us on our next step. They didn't even seem excited we're here, so we're going to see how this works out.
When they leave, the leader, Blagothkus, will continue to speak.
Tiny people for cause. Which cause she means.
That was a question, right? He framed it very oddly.
Which cause are we after?
Mhm.
We're seeking a person, another tiny person.
Too many tiny
Red.
people.
Take out red person.
Yeah, all red.
Red
Person.
person. Two.
There was a second one.
Two red person.
Uh,
You want red
helpful.
person.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We want the red person. Yes.
Why you want red person?
He betrayed us.
What is betray?
Tricked.
Hurt.
You'll see his demeanor immediately loosen up, as well as the other two. And they'll all kind of look at each other with this very obvious, but they kind of look like they're trying to hide it, like nonverbal communication going between them.
What do wrong?
How to explain this? He said he was our friend and then spied on us.
What
Gave
is spy?
gave other bad people information about us.
Information bad?
As a wizard, I can't say that that's true.
Yes. I think he's saying that the information was bad.
Right. It's bad that he gave the information away. That was ours, not his to give.
He took from you,
Mhm.
Yes.
Yep.
red man.
Yes.
Yep.
Red people take from me too.
What did they take from you?
The castle?
We have tiny person agreement. Giants want more strength. More strength come from danger of dragons. Red people promise dragons to fight, but they do not come.
You want to fight a dragon?
Yes,
Cool. I mean, great, good. Sometimes.
do you want dragon fight?
If
Join
we have to.
giants in glory.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to fight Tiamat with giants on our side.
I think
There
that's
is
all
one
fair.
specific dragon that I can think of, yes.
No,
Very much.
Many dragon.
Yeah.
Fight
Okay.
many dragon.
Mhm.
Yes.
Ulta is going to actively make sure that Sunrunner is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, like not all dragons. but
Hashtag not all dragons.
hashtag not all dragons. But yes, we would like to fight some certain specific dragons with you.
We
The red people took dragons away from you?
they don't bring dragons promised.
Oh. Did they used to bring dragons to you?
Only one.
Oh.
One weak-willed. Downstairs in my home. Weak
Is the-
dragon.
You didn't fight that dragon?
No.
Okay.
We have shared tiny person agreement.
Oh.
Dragon and tiny person bring more dragon. We secret fight dragon. They don't know we fight dragon. But we want dragon to fight. So we help tiny person and weak dragon take wood boxes to volcano. But no dragon come.
Wood boxes. What's in the box? You know?
He'll look toward the other two, and both of them will just give this sort of frowning shake of a head.
Fair enough. Was heavy?
We no waste time carry boxes. No heavy for giant, but tiny person struggle. Giants laugh.
That's true. You have a great many strengths in the
It sounds like they
strength
unloaded
department.
the carts of riches to make a hoard for the dragon, but the dragon
That-
didn't come yet.
Sounds correct.
Okay, someone else can have the brain cell back. That's all I put together.
After a couple minutes of this conversation, you're gonna see every once in a while at least the other two giants like take an occasional glance out of these open sections of the wall. What's everybody's passive insight?
Ooh, passive insight
11.
is 18. Nope, that's... Oh, nope, it's 15. That's my
I'm
passive
pretty
insight.
sure
14.
Juno's is like
16.
23.
Juno's is 23. I wrote these down and I finally found them. Okay, so Juno's is 23. She would probably be much more involved in this conversation because she's
Yes.
all about the strong boy thing. So I'm gonna say in her favor, she'll chime in and say, "Are you looking for someone?" Or something to that effect. And then and he will respond.
Oh, sometimes I forget. Shh, quiet talk. Mean elf man and red men.
Is the mean elf man sexy?
Yeah, I was like, would you say that this tiny elf man was attractive?
No tiny man attractive to giant.
Look, that. Hey,
Subjectively.
Or
size
tiny.
isn't all
Objectively?
that matters, okay?
I hate this.
Oh, forget again. So, Tiny Talis says cause. She mean my cause. So few tiny people to trust. Should I believe her?
Tiny Talis seems trustworthy for now, yeah. She brought us here and we can help each other, so she seems somewhat truthful.
We all don't like the red men. And I think that's enough for us to be a team.
Ah. Is good. But Tiny Talis, steal power from dragon. Trust
Good to know.
even tinier.
She may still want something from the dragons, but for now she's been helpful.
I give Talis nothing more. Blagothkus, pursue Blagothkus' cause.
Indeed. Good work.
And the other two giants will sort of firmly but quietly pound their chests in response to him.
I'll try and do like a little tap as a mirror of like, yeah, good job. We're with you. Just to try and get in good graces. Also, side note, can the goth kid even see Ulta? Like, is she just that tiny in comparison to him?
Oh, I forgot to make you even smaller. Oops.
Cause she's small.
Ugh. Oh, where are you? There you are.
Hello.
There you are. Oh, Juno's in here too. Absolutely.
Good. Yes.
Yes, they can see Ulta, and they haven't been really
Good.
paying too much mind to anybody other than like the one person who's talking at any given moment. But then after a couple more seconds, they'll actually, especially Blagothkus, will take like a awkwardly long, like good look at each of you, and sort of like grunt and like out of his nose, after to like affirm that he's specifically seen and acknowledged each one of you. And then he'll look to you and say,
Okay. What plan?
Do you know where the red men were last you saw them? Like, where did you see them last?
Breadmen yesterday.
Good.
Up.
Up? Okay.
Tiny dragon too.
Tiny dragon. Like
Mean
our
tiny
size
dragon.
dragon? Show what size dragon. Do they have their own version of Sunrunner?
he's gonna like reach down to Ulta with two of his massive fingers, like a thumb and his pointer finger, and like resize to match Ulta. And then go over to, let's say Icarus, because you're the next closest. And like resize to Icarus. Hold it up for a second. Check again. And nod at this.
They mean,
Yeah, he means dragonborn.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tiny
Half dragon.
Or half dragons.
No half wing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm. What color? Black? Blue?
Black scales.
Black.
Mm-hmm.
That's Resmir.
Yeah.
Tiny people have funny names. Cannot say right.
Mage. You can call me Mage. Easy? Good? Great.
Mage.
Perfect. I'm not gonna deal with Bardlock.
Call me Song.
No. Do not call him
Songbird.
that.
Codename Songbird.
Amazing. Yesterday. Cool. Not cool, but okay.
How many of you are there? Is it just you three?
Here now. This many.
Mm-hmm.
But at Sanctuary, we gather for big dragon fight. Oh, you come there. See glory of giants.
Y'all, it's
Do
only been
they
an hour.
also want this cause?
Oh,
Say that again.
Cause.
yeah.
Do
are
they
on
also
our
want
team?
this cause? Your cause.
I try. Giants now weak. Katulalo.
And he turns to the other two. He's clearly struggling with the right words. And the other two will sort of think about it for a second.
Motivation low.
They're lazy.
Giants want strong. Giants want fight bad people. All bad people now tiny. Squish. We rally giants for big glorious fight.
Mm-hmm. So, friends, what is the plan from here? We're right here near them. It sounds like.
Yeah, I was gonna say, sounds like out of character. Not saying this in front of the giant, but we can go downstairs for White Mask or upstairs for Sparrow, right?
Yeah, and it sounds
Yeah,
like
running the risk of Hot Elf and Rosemary also being there, though, from the sounds of it.
it also sounds like
Okay,
we
so-
ask the giants for help with this, and then say we'll help them with the dragons.
Right.
Which, if we
Listen.
need to fight a dragon, helps us. If we don't want to fight a dragon, does not help us.
Yeah.
But in short
can-
term, they're helping us first either way.
Yeah. And like, hey, I can summon like they would probably call it a weak dragon, but it's still like a little bit. I can summon them a dragon every day that they'll like us. And they can have like little practice dragon fights while we find them a big dragon.
I mean, I don't think it either direction. I think between, I know for Juno, at least we need to rest, minimum short rest for spell
Mhm.
slots.
Yeah. And I think that she would want to go upstairs before downstairs. And I kind of agree. I would like to get the giants more on our side before we do anything more. I just really want to be best friends with these giants, y'all.
Yeah, and I think honestly, like going back with them, just kind of like chilling with them for a little bit, get a long rest in there, like
Yeah.
might be the call here.
Yeah. They invited us to their cool giant hangout house.
Yeah.
Like, we gotta go.
Sanctuary.
We gotta go to a giant party.
And then that gives us time to plan, see what they know about the layout of the castle before they help us come back.
Right. We just have to tap a little bit into his pride and status to be like, you know, let us take a nap before we go all fighty. Please. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. Good huddle. Good out of character huddle.
If my timing is right, this is looking like a good opportunity for, I think, one more short break for the evening.
We could.
We can sort of sit on that decision for a minute. So we'll be right back. We are all very legal. Anywho, hey, we're back. No, I didn't get it quite in time. I got it for what I said, not what you said.
Oh, good. Okay.
All right, we're back. And
Hello.
as a quick recap of the last hour, because it was pretty jam-packed with stuff, agreed with Talis and crew to be escorted, sort of posing as prisoners-ish, to this place, this giant ice castle. And as she indicated, she took you directly to a group of giants that she said should be friendly to you should you give them the right respect. And it seems that has happened because we've had an entire conversation with them now about the cause that they have, the fact that this place belongs to the guy you can see on the right on your screen, Blagothkus the Cloud Giant, and that he's not a fan of some of the stuff that's going on here. He wants to go back to what he calls sanctuary, and he's having this conflict that he wants to help the tiny people because they promised dragons, but secretly he wants dragons to fight for the glory of giants. And now we're at a place where it seems pretty clear he wants to help you guys out with your cause because you guys and the giants are pretty much going up against the same people. At the very least, the two tiny red people. One of which you definitely know.
The other is Sexy Elf.
Possibly.
I didn't think Sexy Elf was a red person, though.
There has been no confirmation explicitly on who Sexy Elf is and who the second red person is.
We don't know
need a
who
name for
Sexy
him.
Elf is.
We're gonna need a name for him so soon because I do not want his codename to be Sexy Elf this whole time.
But it's gonna be.
If he is.
This is where we draw the line.
You're right. I am not one to talk.
Okay.
Look, all we want is for Legolas's dad to just enter the frame again.
That's true. Like, if we can just say that's who it is.
Okay,
Yes.
so
All right, so
Three's in my
Thranduil is his
mind.
code name now.
I'm not opposed to that.
right,
So
so
here's
Thranduil.
where we're at, especially with Juno, Corndog back now as Juno.
Corndog's
We
back,
tried to
yay.
do Juno's part justice, at least a little bit, with contributing to that conversation. But we have not left this room yet. This is the room that you met with the giants in the first place, and they're essentially like trying to be hush-hush about the conversation, and sometimes failing a little on that because they're getting a little excited, but it should be pretty clear, especially with the collective passive insights of the group. It would be pretty clear that they're like trying to converse with you privately-ish.
Behind open doors.
Exactly. But they've essentially given you the choice. Do you want to go down to find where they think the white mask is, or do you want to go up where they think you can fight the red people, or confront the red people, I guess, and the tiny black dragon?
My only input was that we would need some sort of rest for recovery of spell slots, no matter which direction, up or down.
So I would maybe offer to the giants and see what they think. And be like, we should rest before we start a battle or anything of that sort. Based on that, would you think it would be smarter to leave or just to stay here and then go up? Or
Tiny
because
people
they know the
need
area better than us was my thought.
rest.
For the record, we were in a battle this morning. That's the only reason we need a rest.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we
Big
could
troll.
totally keep up
Big.
with you.
Glorious battle.
Mhm.
Yes, you rest. Tonight. Tomorrow. You fight tiny red people. Tiny dragon.
Do you want to be part of that or just us? We will gladly share the glorious battle with you.
Tiny people is not glorious,
Not glorious, yeah.
battle. But if you are in trouble, I will help.
So,
Nice.
So, did you say we should rest here or like rest somewhere else, then come back here? Like, I missed that part.
Really, just like
As-
hold out your hand. Let us
As you're
take a
saying
nap
that, he's gonna actually like hold out both of his hands to the ground for you guys to step on.
Yay!
God,
Gonna
do
get
it.
cuddled by a dragon or by a giant.
Okay, and then
Bet.
is anybody not going onto his hands?
I will cuddle up and make room on my other side for someone to climb in because my friend's going around LSA.
Yeah, I was like, listen, I am cuddling up to the giant so fast.
Okay, so you'll climb into his palms and like grab onto his fingers as he raises you up, and puts his hands back down onto this massive table that's 10 feet off the ground. And he'll look at you guys and sort of like shrug you off his hands, and with one of them he'll go,
Bad tiny people no see tall. You rest here.
Cool.
Would we like a dome, friends? Like,
I would feel more
we'll just go
comfortable
with
with
the
the
please.
dome.
nice,
Just so we don't get
like,
mistaken for
silver dome this time.
Silver Dome.
Yeah, we just look like a bowl that's like
I was-
upside down
I
on
was
the
gonna
table.
say, if you make it look like a silver one, then it's just like a little tray that we're about to
Yeah,
be lifted
correct.
up and
exactly.
we're
We're just food. It's fine.
Yeah, we're just a
Don't
nice
confuse us
snack.
with food.
We're snacks.
No one attacks
Thanks.
food.
That true, except for like what else is chewing, but like a very evident attack. You know?
Like that technically makes sense. So maybe we don't. We just leave it invisible.
Okay.
Here we go. I will
Okay.
make a tiny dome on this big table that can fit me and my friends. Is Talis the White still with us?
No.
no,
took
she like introduced you guys to the giants and then left with her crew.
Cool.
Excellent. Nighty night, everyone.
I'll
Hey,
take first watch.
giants, where are you gonna go for the night? Like, are you gonna do any work, or are you gonna go to sleep?
We go up.
Okay.
I steer castle. Morning. We go.
It's a flying castle?
It's actually a moving castle.
Is it Howl's moving castle?
Blygothus is giant of clouds. Castle. Fly.
Oh, yeah, that tracks. That's extremely awesome.
Right.
Listen, Juno has sexy elf. I apparently have this giant. Okay.
Juno, Ulta will take first watch with you.
Okay.
Juno, as you're casting the spell, and the dome appears. It'll sort of like shimmer at like when it first conjures, and then as you usually intend, it'll camouflage, right?
Yes.
You can't see, nobody can see into it except your allies,
Correct.
but you guys can see out of it.
Yes.
So the giants, as you start like doing the whole verbal somatic thing to make this happen, all of them will get really wide-eyed and like lean in to watch you. And then when it appears, and maybe as the first of you are going into it, Blagothgus the most, and the other two to some degree, will all get this like massive grin on their faces. And Blagothgus will turn to the other two and say,
Other mage. Tiny red people magic. They magic too.
and then with these massive grins on their faces, they're going to collectively leave, heading to up.
Up.
Yeah. Okay, so we have watches now. Whoops, I gotta get rid of this. First watch, perception checks, please.
Yes. 20.
Nice.
Oh yeah. We're doing our best.
20 and 20. Okay. Occasionally, as the beginning of night falls here, you're going to see and hear small groups, like anywhere from 2 to 6 or 7 of cultists, with some with familiar garb in several different looks, and some not so much, but all generally walking by. And you can sort of catch just a few words here and there, nothing that really resembles any sort of full sentence or like a full-on conversation you'd be able to hear. And you can see them heading, for the most part, down into these rooms to the south. Corndog, the one thing I forgot to mention about while you were gone, the area that you guys came into in the first place on your mounts is absolutely the area that you had scryed as Bara in. This is the place.
Sick. So if he needs to come back in here for nights?
At least the time you saw him, it was down here.
Okay. Oh, that area down there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'll just mumble about this stuff to Ulta while we take our first watch. Quietly. Very quietly mumble. You know, like the voices your parents or grandparents would have in the car when they were driving with you and they wanted you to be asleep so they wouldn't talk very loud. That's what I'm going for.
Okay. So is there anything you guys would want to be doing or discussing during your watch, observing what I just described?
I mean, Ulta would be like taking it in, but waiting for Juno if there was anything specifically.
I think it would be more just kind of like lightly trying to skim the spell books that we have and then talking about like different ways that we could go up against this group, kind of like getting ourselves to like our best possible situation going forward, so that way it's not just on LSAO to know how to kind of handle this, but Juno and Ulta and Aster and like everyone can have kind of like an idea of like these are these spell books, and like passing them between the group like when we switch watches to let them all like kind of not read to like learn the spells, so not like that active reading, but reading to kind of be like, okay, this. the clip
Oh,
notes
like to
section.
strategize
From that-
defensively.
yeah, I was just
Mhm.
gonna say from
Yeah.
that, I think what we're trying to discern or decipher is like what would be our best strategy. Should we have, you know,
I want to pick the best spells when I wake up in the morning.
well, and I think it also would help because then we could kind of discern who does what and who takes on what. Because you
Mhm.
probably, to be fair, like we've all kind of ran into various battles at this point, like pretty haphazardly.
Yes.
So maybe having a bit more of an idea of a plan or a suggestion of a plan.
Yeah,
Okay.
and watching my brother go unconscious recently was not great for my mental health. And I'm very stressed about that and concerned that like I have to do more to protect them because mom will be mad if I don't.
Okay.
But also I would be sad to miss the only person I've hung out with for the past 214 years.
Okay.
So there's like emotion tied to wanting to figure this out so that way we're all safe.
So can you please, I am pretty sure I asked you to write down very specific notes about what spell books you found. Do you still have those notes?
You know when you clean in a hurry and you just put things in different spots? That's what's happened with
You
my
know for
campaign
sure
notebook.
one was, it belonged to Asbara.
Yes. And then, oh gosh, I don't know where it is. We got Renesmee's Purple Man's spell book, and then
Yeah, we have like 3 spell books that I'm still waiting on the contents of 2 of them, I think.
I believe I sent them to Corndog because that was revealed at a session you were not here for.
Excellent.
yeah,
So I
let me see
apologize
if I
if we
can
didn't
find
get
them
that to
through.
you.
No worries. Wife, I know that we're arguing about who we're in love with outside of our marriage, but I love you, so can I have those?
Here's one of them. I'm just gonna post it in our chat
you.
and pin it.
Okay.
Also, like, I need to find time to sit down and copy some of these so I can actually use them.
I don't know whose this is.
That's okay.
I think this is the unknown person.
I will take random unknown spell books.
That
I
is an
see how
unknown
those
person,
connect.
yes. But that doesn't affect the spells themselves.
Yep. That's the only one I have, but I knew we found 2 in that session. That
Okay, I
Mitch
think-
was not in.
If I'm recalling correctly, I sent you that because you intentionally investigated it as the one that you guys didn't know anything about yet. Eliseo
Yeah.
Niffer does already have Asbara's full spell list
Yep.
from definitely his spell book.
Yep.
I think we need Renesmee's.
Right. Okay. And that was labeled, or it was in her quarters, so you are very
It
confident.
wasn't in
that
her
it's-
quarters. That was the one that the frogs had. But you told us that it was Purple Mad, who's
Okay.
Oh, right.
So I just found Sparrow's spellbook and it's identical to what Corndog posted.
Oh, that must be it
Oh, maybe
Well,
we didn't send the 2 new ones because we haven't really had a time to sit and look at them.
yeah, I was gonna say.
then. Okay.
So
We kind
I
of found them and then stormed the
whatever
castle.
spells, right?
Okay, I will put that list together.
No worries.
Or find it because spoiler alert, that's my own thing.
Awesome.
Okay, so I'm gonna say you're intending to sort of non-intensively
Set ourselves
because
up
that
for
would negate.
success. Yeah.
Set yourselves up for success in a strategic way.
Yeah,
Say
and
that
I
5
can
times
do
fast.
it more aggressively. Like I can look more aggressively because I only need the 4 hours.
Right.
But I don't want to have a level of exhaustion going into battle. That would be gross.
So let's do this. For the spells listed. No, not for the spells listed. That will be too much stuff to keep track of. For the people whose spell books you are studying and strategizing about, you will have a defensive advantage against those people. So for like spells that require a save, you guys will have not advantage on the throw, but like the DC will be lower than what the stat block says. And then for spells that are attacks, we'll say that the bonus that the attacker gets from their stat block will be slightly lower than the stat block says.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound? Yeah, I think that sounds good.
Yeah. That sounds rad.
Yeah. There's no. Yeah, there's one of those kind of think on the spot sort of things, because I don't believe there's any sort of like as written. If you study someone's strategy or what spells they use, then you have specific advantages against it. So let's just go with that. And if it comes to that, then I'll have to ask you guys to help me remember that I'm giving you an advantage for that situation. Does that sound fair?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Outside of that, your watch passes without any new events. So who is on second watch?
I'll do it. I don't need to sleep.
You would have actually completed your long rest by now.
Yep. So I don't need to sleep anymore.
Okay. Oof. Anyone with Icarus or just Icarus?
I can do that. I can help.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check, and if there's any exchange of discussion or information in between watches, that is fair ground.
The passing of the books.
Yeah, I want the spell books. I
That's
got
our-
19 for perception.
Okay, and Icarus had an 18, Ulta had a 20.
Ha!
Is this all three of you?
Ulta was with me.
Ulta was first watch.
Oh, you were. Okay, sorry. All right. So at this point of the night, it is almost completely quiet around you. Aside from the occasional one of your companions turning over or a short snore that almost wakes him up but doesn't. It's pretty quiet and silent out there. So is there anything that you guys would like to do or discuss that would be light during this time?
I'm gonna go for my instrument because I always like play when I'm like on rest and awake and bored, and then look at LSAO and go like, maybe I shouldn't.
Art, good job.
I just was noticing how it's so quiet and seemed like being not quiet was kind of the opposite of that, right?
Right, but sometimes there's good things about being quiet.
Yeah, it's very unnerving.
That's a you problem.
It's like I constantly need noise in my head or else I feel empty, you know?
I just look down at the ring with Glom in it, who could definitely provide some help to this. And
No,
keep
not that
it to
much
myself.
Thanks.
Oh, also, corn dog. My ring has what I'm pretty sure is a goblin, and her name is Glom, and I adopted her. She's been dead for 600 years.
Excellent.
We're gonna take her back to her hometown when we're done.
Hell yeah. Okay. Sorry if I seem distracted. It's the cleric spell list, and I'm trying to figure out what spells we need.
Yep, I was just doing that with the druid spell list. I feel you.
Insane.
Prepared spellcasters,
Yep.
man.
Yep.
I'm gonna spend like most of
Okay.
my watch like trying to like inspect and like find the tattoos and see where like they're developing or like, because like I imagine it's like magically appearing as like I gain the spells and I don't fully understand it yet.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna like look for what's changed about it.
So for my part, all I wanted to do was the kind of start with the flavor of the story of how they happened in the first place. So they started on your like shoulder blades, but everything beyond that, I'm leaving 100% to you. I don't want to take away player agency, especially for like flavor stuff like that. So I say go for it. Make it look however you would like.
I'm thinking like on one of like the front of the shoulder blade, there's like a sun that's already started, and then the rays are slowly moving down the one arm. But that's all I've got so far, as it's like slowly like growing. And like
Nice.
the ink's probably like golden because that's my theme.
Nice.
Do we have room for one more person here? We can fit like 8 people in here, right?
Yeah, but the only people here are giants and they will not fit.
But I'm gonna cast Find Steed.
Not right now.
Horses
People are
can't come in here.
sleeping.
Why can't horses
Not.
come in here?
They don't. It's literally a part of the requirement. You
It's
cannot
medium
bring your
creatures.
horses inside.
I'm not gonna cast it yet. Then
I'm gonna see you start, and I'm just gonna like slap your hand. And be
I
like,
was just thinking about it, and I'm like, horses are medium creatures,
no, they're
For,
not.
for the record, it is the start of a new day for you already. So the long
I mean,
rest
slap
is
his
done.
hand.
It's not technically a spell slot.
Oh, okay.
I am slapping your hand away. You may not cast that.
Damn. There was my whole idea for the day. Guess I'll.
There's a time and place for everything, but not now.
But a tiny hut is never the place.
I literally said that earlier.
I know. It's like
I was like,
gross,
it's an
no.
hour later in the same place. Maybe it's right now.
No.
Okay, I will wait. I will
place
look
is
at my
never
harp and not be able to
tiny
play
hut.
it, and I will be sad.
Icarus, repeat after me. There's a time and a place for everything, but the place is never in a tiny hut.
Tiny
Never,
huts might
ever.
not be the right place.
Are never the right place.
Sometimes not the right place.
Are never the right place.
Fine, I won't play you a Song of Rest. You don't get an extra D8 healing.
Fine. Don't need your D8.
I just wanted a date. And I'll like roll over and pretend to sleep because I made a bad joke.
All right. Anything else for you?
I'm good.
If I hadn't said it, the watch pretty much passes without anything new happening. So, at the very end of your rest, the people who are actually sleeping / trancing at this point will achieve their long rest. However, you will be sort of woken with a small jolt of everything around you rumbling. It's as if you're experiencing an earthquake.
Piloting the ship or the city.
And as you can see the sunlight coming from any opening that is to the east of you, you can see out of your western purview, as the gates are closing, the land that you had traversed over in order to get into this castle is moving away from you. The clouds begin to clear, and you can see, at least to some degree, that everything around you is now in the air. The two giants, Wigloff and Hulda, come back to this room and sort of lean in to check and make sure you're still there. And at first, it seems like they don't see you. They
I'm
look around
waving, though.
confused. Are
I
you
will
But
still
I'm
in the
waving.
hut? There it is.
I will drop it. Step outside.
At that moment, they'll be like, oh, ooh. And then look at each other and go to you. One will extend one hand, the other will extend one hand for you guys to climb in.
The elevator. We do.
Okay. And then as you climb in, they will both hold up a finger like this and reach into their massive pouches hanging off the sides of their legs and as carefully as they can sort of dump you in. So we'll need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
Amazing.
A dexterity saving throw. Okay.
Oof.
Yep, starting out
So
strong.
good.
Starting out strong. Get all these rolls out now before the fights.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I'm coming. I was just fixing my spells.
I got an
Dex
18.
saving throw.
All right, Aster,
22.
you're gonna take 5 bludgeoning damage from like not quite catching yourself and other people landing on and around you, from just getting sort of shimmied off of a hand into this massive pouch. But otherwise, everybody's
Yeah, cool,
okay.
Cool.
So is now a bad time to summon my dog?
I mean,
Yes.
you're
Inside, inside a pouch is also not ever the place.
This is not exactly a roomy space. You can kind of see each other, and you're squished up against, on one side is the outside of a massive leather pouch, and then on the other side is another side of a massive leather pouch, but like every like second, giving a light thump against the what feels like stone, but what you can tell is a giant's leg as they are
Okay,
walking.
this is a normal pouch, right? Not a bag of holding.
Right. This is like their personal.
Just thought I would
Pouches
double
for
check
holding
because I just
stuff.
didn't want to
Yeah.
fall into oblivion.
Imagine a giant bag of holding.
That would be incredible. But also, we would have no air.
A
Yes.
bag of
The
black
world would
holding?
also explode because a bag of
That's-
holding cannot go within a bag of holding.
That's true.
Yes.
We are now
okay.
always at risk of black holes.
So I need to now shift you guys to a new page. Give me one quick second. Is there anything that you
Yeah.
would be trying to do or
Going on a
discuss
trip
as you're
on our
going?
favorite giant's hip, going to the
Ow,
sky.
who just elbowed me? Watch where you're sticking that.
Is there anything else in the pouch with us? Like, did they put us in their snack pouch?
There is absolutely like a handful of giant leaves wrapped around like big cubes. Probably about the size of Ulta, actually, and bigger.
All right.
And then like the occasional rock. It doesn't really look like it has any sort of special feature, but a couple
Look.
rocks.
I can appreciate people who just pick up cool rocks.
But yeah, that's about it.
I have a cool rock right here.
Okay, so we are now shifting here. Oops. Let's get to the right view. Everybody should be right about here. Yes? All right. So what you see around you is another well, about half of the space would be familiar because it's sort of like the eastern wall, way east of where you guys can see right now, rises up to its precipice and then cuts off. So like a third of this area is inside of what would be like a snow globe like dome. But the 2/3 that you guys are in up until that point is open. And you can see out beyond the walls to clouds. Nothing but clouds. At basically at and below your level. And these guys pull you out of their pouches, look around real quick, and set you. Whoops, I actually messed this up a little bit. One second. This door is open. Blagothkus is in here. And these guys are going to discreetly set you down, like right at the opening of this door. We're there now, right? There we go. And you're going to see Blagothkus on one knee, we'll say like his right knee is touching the ground, his right fist is touching the ground, and because of that position, his entire torso is like downward, and he's actually facing the floor beneath him in what you could reasonably assume is like a deeply respectful bow. And he's muttering words that none of you understand, sort of under his breath. And then when he looks up, he'll see you guys and give you a massive, genuine smile, raining tears.
Oh, buddy.
Why are you crying?
It.
My beloved, we return to Sanctuary.
And then he'll hold up a finger to you guys, just like this, and beckon for you to come in.
We do that quietly.
Very quietly.
Okay.
And I very pointedly look at Icarus and mouth, now is not the time.
You are free to move yourselves at this point.
Into the room with you.
Yeah, if that's where you want to go, then yes.
Oh
Yep.
gosh, the computer's going crazy again. I'm in
Me.
there.
I am
Sorry,
the
I
goth
did.
kid now.
Okay. Icarus, are you staying out here? Are you going in? It's not meant to be a leading question. I just want to make sure I'm not
I'm gonna
missing
go.
anything. Okay.
Oops, sorry.
Okay. The other two giants. Sorry, that was actually very important. I'm very sorry. The other two giants, one of them will come right here and basically turn around and cross his arms as if he's standing guard. The other will accompany him, and she will close the door. As the door finishes closing, I need to be on the right layer to do this. There we go. As the door finishes closing, the entire wall, it's like a complete circular tower that you're in. Like it goes up even farther. And then this staircase goes downward. As the door closes, like the instant the seal is made, all of it around you will disappear. And the floor beneath you disappears. And what you see instead of all the ice around you is the clouds beneath and open space around you, as if nothing is there at all. Every once in a while, you'll see a quick flicker of like a glimmering light, like light reflecting off of a small gemstone. And over some time, over a few seconds, you'll be able to see probably a dozen of these different spots along the tower that glimmers with this effect. What is everyone's passive wisdom? Is it wisdom, the third one?
Yeah.
Insight is the third one.
14.
It's insight, perception.
Intelligence and
An investigation.
What is the perception one?
You mean passive perception?
I'm looking for the one that is not passive insight or not passive perception. What's the third?
Investigation.
Oh, so
Then that'd be
passive
passive
investigation.
investigation.
That one. What's everybody's passive investigation?
11.
19!
19.
Oh.
18.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm really excited that you guys are good at this. Like, I'm
So-
so dumb at the other ones.
17 and higher, you would know that this is an incredibly powerful magical effect. And those glimmering spots are essentially focus points that help make that happen. Blagothkus is going to say,
Tiny red people will see wrong direction. We pretend.
with another big ol' half grin taking over his face.
You have plan now.
Plan? Kind of. Right? Right, everyone?
Yeah, did we make a plan?
Is everyone here? I'm not seeing everyone.
I'm seeing everyone except Ulta.
Ulta is on top of Icarus.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Disadvantage
Better.
of being so small on such a fucking huge map. All right, we're there.
When
Okay.
you just zoom in for forever.
Yeah.
It's like this big on my screen. It's great.
So we asked you if you have a plan now.
I know what he asked. That's not my specialty.
I don't like being the planner of the group. I'm just gonna be honest. Help, no thoughts, head empty.
The plan that we made before bed was go after red dudes first. So
So I guess our plan is to kind of sneak to red dudes, to
yeah.
the pizza man and whoever the fuck else is with them.
Little
Going for pizza.
tiny dragon man. And possibly elf man is there too.
Worried about Elf Man.
Well,
they're gonna be
the
more powerful than me.
the giants have kindly agreed to be our backup, so
We'll get through this, but I'm anxious nonetheless.
yep.
Perhaps we do that sneaky thing you're able to do, Aster.
Yeah.
Once
Can
we
do,
get
just
out
let
there.
me know when.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we think that the red guys are in the castle still, even after we took a long rest.
Are you asking him that, or?
No, I'm asking the people at the table.
Gotcha.
Like,
Yeah, we were under the assumption that he was okay
Definitely
with the
in the
game
castle,
plan
yeah.
of like,
Mhm.
you guys rest, in the morning we
Yeah.
storm the castle.
yeah.
We go up and then go down.
So if we know for sure that Sparrow is in the castle, it should not be that hard to just walk in and be like, gotcha, stealthily. So I think that's all the plan that we need.
Where is the handout, real quick? Let's look at the handout. Use my old grandma eyes. Other handouts? Is it in here? Is it in here, Magic? I'm not seeing it.
Handout of what?
The map of the castle.
There wasn't a map, but there was a handout. It should be under chapter 8. It was like a side view image.
Yes, that's what I was looking for. So what part of this are we in? Are we in the lower courtyard right now?
You are in the upper courtyard now.
Okay. Oh, so we're already up. And we just need to make our way higher. And
Yes.
then was the white mask in the lower section? Oh,
Uh,
that got so big. This is
yes.
so easier to see. Okay.
So looking at that handout. So to the lower right of the lower courtyard, you see like the pathways leading up to the castle itself.
Mhm.
But there's like those larger chunks
Yeah.
Those larger chunks are within. That would be the quote-unquote
Okay.
downward.
So we're creating chaos for our friends who wanted to get to the White Mask, which is believed to be down there, by fighting off Red Boys, which we're doing with the Giants. All right, yeah, our plan is create chaos, but first sneak to start the chaos.
Yes. Sneak
I am
to
good at this
opportune
chaos
chaos
part.
starting.
Yes, but we must be quiet before the chaos. You know, calm before the storm.
As you guys are discussing this, you will hear in succession a knock, 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 knock from what you can tell are massive knuckles on the other side of the door.
I'm gonna look to our goth giant friend and be like,
That is a sign. Hide.
And he'll point to like just the very top of the stairs behind him where like it's starting to go down, but you can still poke your heads up to see over at the floor level.
And at this point, I would like to cast Pass Without a Trace.
and I will go down and hide. Run down the stairs.
Hide in the stairs.
Oh, hey, Esther.
Oh, hey.
So where is everybody else going?
Does he have a bag in his pocket? I want to hide in his bag.
You could, yeah, you could.
I'd like to climb in his bag or like tug on it and be like, "Come in, climb in," just like the other giants had us.
He'll like quickly scoop you up and plop you in there.
Perfect.
I will go wherever the rest of the team is going. It looks as though I'm sitting on top of Aster's face, no pun intended.
Oh.
But my token won't move right, so that's
I've
where
been
I'm gonna
having that
stay.
same problem.
Let's
I
do
just
that.
like pick her up and then just drop. And she moves on the
Just
map.
yeet.
So just remember, because in like circular spaces like this, especially, the grid is not always nice to deal with. So if you hold Alt on your keyboard, you will no longer snap to the grid when you place your token. So you can be more free with angles and stuff.
Elseo, are you coming to the stairwell?
I would like to be in the pocket crew, please.
Okay, you guys are in the pocket. I'm gonna put you guys right there. Could you like put a mark on your tokens or something to help us remember that you are inside his pocket?
Okay.
I am partially hidden.
Okay.
I think mine's just like the death mask.
Yep.
Or unconscious? One of the two.
Okay. Blagothkus will give you guys on the stairs one more quick look and another one of those smirks, and then go and open this door. And again, you can all see except Icarus and Eliseo now, which is just darkness except for the little opening above you. You can see below you still like nothing except like the very faint outline of the stairs that he pointed you to, and then just like the clouds are rushing by. Clearly, this whole structure is moving very fast. He's going to open the door, and you will see two new faces. One of them is clearly another red wizard, which you would not recognize. So I will show you this. The other
He's
is...
so much spookier.
The other is 100% sexy elf. And unfortunately, this token does
Neither
not
of
have a
these are
handout.
the Pizza Man.
There is no sexy elf. There's no sexy elf part.
It's just Thranduil.
And
Yes.
Sexy Elf will approach along with this guy, who will actually cross the threshold first, and then Sexy Elf will follow. and they'll both be looking up. Eliseo and Icarus, you got to keep in mind you can't see this, so immerse yourselves for a moment. But the rest of you can see this happening, and the sexy elf will speak to Blagothgus.
Why is it we are going the wrong way?
And Blagothgus is going to take a beat and simply say,
For glory of giants.
and he's going to take a full punt of both of these guys at the same time. They will go flying out of this door and slam back here. I ruined the immersion. Sorry. Sexy elf lets out a roar.
And turns into a dragon?
Really?
And turns into an adult white dragon.
Oh my god, I was kidding!
Motherfucker.
I was kidding.
We will begin next session.
No.
Rolling initiative.
2 weeks?
I was kidding! That was fully a joke.
Against this guy.
Never
and
joke
this
about
guy.
dragons, man.
And some others.
Some others?
Sexy
no,
elf.
no.
Oh, you can definitely hear that the forces are coming. I'm so mad that I
Oh,
forgot to put
boy.
that token on the
Big
GM layer.
This dragon is.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
He's so beefy.
Oh no.
Okay.
Such a sexy dragon.
Yeah, it's like, I
Such
love
a
that this
sexy
didn't deter the party at all.
So much muscle.
It's like,
Look
no.
at
We're
that.
just like, oh, it's still hot.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. Okay.
He
So,
would turn into a hot dragon. Wow.
hot elf, hot dragon. I mean, you kind of have to, right?
Oh my god.
Okay. So I only messed up one thing that whole session. I'm really proud of myself.
Look at you.
At least stream didn't see it. So that's going to be where we call today. And we will begin next session after our full collective preparation for the peak of Horde of the Dragon Queen, which is this encounter. It should go without saying, but I'm going to say it. It's a fucking doozy. So, let's do our due diligence to be prepared for it. I was prepared to at least start it today, so I'll have my 2 weeks to prepare for like the full throttle thing for us, but that'll be in 2 weeks. So let's go around the table one more time, reintroduce yourselves, your characters, what you have going on. I'm not ignoring you, but I do have to run to the restroom real quick while we start with Heck.
All right. Hey, everybody. It's me, Sir Hecklot. Tonight I played Aster, the Shifter Circle Wildfire Druid, as per usual. You can find me on all the social medias at Sir Hecklot. Twitch, Itch, Instagram, Twitter. I'm on TikTok rarely, but you can find me there. In terms of the TTRPG space, you can find me here every other Tuesday and Thursday for Module Week for the show that you just saw today, as well as every other Tuesday with Oathsworn, Odyssey of the Dragonlords. You can find me every other Sunday on Neon Lights Roleplay, playing Violet Sea. So this week is an on week, so head on over there if you're interested in some like kind of space, like sci-fi vibes, but also like we're in kind of the ocean. It's interesting. It's a very good vibe. I like it. On Wednesdays for the rest of this month, you can find me on Lost Caravan RPG playing another mini-series of Locust. We actually had our first episode yesterday, so it's not too late to keep up with that. It was super interesting and just as unsettling as you would expect a Locust campaign to be. And I believe it's on the calendar now. Our next Coven game is on the 24th. We're going to be playing Basic Witches. So it is a short TTRPG of a bunch of teen femmes casting spells with lip gloss and pumpkin spice lattes and saving the day. So be ready for that. I think that's about it. Let's move on over to Nipper.
Hello, I'm Nif. I'm very overwhelmed and scared and very excited about this fight. I played Eliseo, the Time Wizard. We're gonna do some time stuff. Tomorrow I will be here on the same channel at the same time, playing a warlock in our Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign. And then soon enough at the end of April, I will be playing in a very scary one-shot where there is hot sauce involved. I'm very bad at hot sauce, so it'll be very fun for all of your entertainment. So look for that on April 25. That's a Monday night. That's gonna be very fun and chaotic. And other than that, I'm around Twitter and not really anywhere else. I'm on our Discord at TPK. And also I am around Jasper's Game Day, which is a wonderful charity about the education and prevention of suicide. They run really cool events and give a lot of support to schools and to other charities in a lot of different areas. I highly encourage you to go check them out. That's all.
Bye, I'm Hyacinth, and I was playing Icarus, our Bardlock. I'm usually just here because my other stream is on hiatus for the moment, but you can catch me on Twitter at Anderson or on Discord if you at me, because I have most notifications muted now because I've joined too many servers. But just at me, DM me, and I'll respond, I promise. Thank you. Next.
It's me, Corndog McGraw. You can find me on the internet at Corndog McGraw or at Coach Corndog. Next time you'll see me is in 2 weeks here. Figuring out what the fuck we're gonna do after seeing an elf get punted into a dragon. So that should be fun to stew about for 2 weeks. I'll pass it on to Chrissy.
Hey guys, I'm Chrissy. I played Ulta, our Kobold Stormkeeper Ranger. And where else can you find me? All over the internet at Chrissy Crits. In the TPK Discord, all over Module Week, like it's crazy. On Tuesdays with Oathsworn, Mondays with Madness Calls at 4th, and back here again on Thursdays, every 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, you'll see me doing that. What else do we have? We have the Coven game coming up. I will be in that, playing a basic witch, and I don't know. There's a ton of stuff. There's so many things. So much of the things. I will not repeat a bunch of information that Niffer already did. So if you're interested, there is a prompt for Jasper's Game Day, which I'm sure Heck has already posted a couple of times. And if you have any questions on what that is, I am also Jasper's Game Day ambassador, so let me know if you need anything. That's it.
All right, and I am Dat Magic Juice. I am in charge of this campaign and Clouder, but it is an honor and a blast every time. I did mention last time that we were reaching a peak point of our very long-term campaign, which again is Tyranny of Dragons, was the starting point. So Horde of the Dragon Queen plus the Rise of Tiamat. And for those of you who are interested in as written modules, this is what has happened today is essentially a way to reach the end of Horde of the Dragon Queen. So our next session will be the peak, the ultimate session for that book, and everything that we've done that's been homebrew along the way. Rest assured, it will be an epic encounter. Easily the most involved that this group has done on this campaign so far, and in all the best and worst ways possible. It's gonna be fantastic. As far as other stuff I have going on, I do run one other campaign Similar premise where I took a as written module out of 5th edition, added a bunch of homebrew stuff to it. That's on my own channel. Thank you for linking that. Every other Sunday at noon. That includes this Sunday. So hopefully we'll see some people there for that one. And but other than that, you'll see me participating in all sorts of goofy conversations on Twitter and in the Discord as well. If you're new around here and haven't seen that Discord, get in there. It's an awesome community. And then the last thing I'll plug is everything that we do live and then some is on TPK's YouTube channel. So if you want to catch up on longer term campaigns like this, see the other stuff that this group has going on, the 6 of us here are certainly not the only people who go on camera and do stuff with this awesome group. So check out everybody and everything that's going on that YouTube channel. But other than that, for this campaign, we will see you in 2 weeks. Bye.